Hello, the internet. This is Zachimus Prime, aka Zachimus Prime, bringing you another Transformers third-party review. And the figure we're going to be reviewing today is the Iron Factory Wings of Tyranny Red. Interesting. So this one's red, and then Thundercracker is blue, and Skywarp is purple. And so they're just naming off their primary colors there. But anyhow, here he is in his alt mode, and he's just a little guy. But he's a really nice little figure, really fun. Let me move this all in a bit closer. And he's meant to be based off of the IDW version, and the IDW is loosely inspired by the F-22, and you can kind of see it in some of the shapes here. But it is loosely at best. From the underside here, you can kind of see how everything works. There's arms just straight up hanging off and whatnot. They do kind of make an attempt to hide them by putting and painting, by the way, vent details on the top of the shoulders. But I don't know, maybe if you looked at it only from this angle, you could see them as some sort of highly unaerodynamic, weapon pod or something like that. But as you start looking around, you're like, yeah, that's a hand, that's an arm, it's fist, it's his arm right there. He does have landing gear. You can pull this out here and pull this out here. And he will sit quite nicely on the ground, in case you wouldn't have him landed. But to be perfectly honest, since the kit does come with a flight stand and a little adapter that you plug into here, then it's actually why would you have it landed when you can have it flying? Seriously. And it looks really good on the little flight stand. And that's just a little adapter plug that fits into it. The not really any kind. It's just a real static thing, not really any kind of articulation or whatnot. So let's get down to transformation. So to get him started off, we are going to untab the wing. The wing tabs in right here on this peg on the back of the shoulder. Untab the wing and fold this part up. Untab, fold that up. And then we're going to wiggle this a bit, and it's going to wiggle the legs free from there. And the legs literally just extend straight out. They've got this double hinge in there. And you pull that all the way out, and then you kind of seat it. You can feel it more than see it, but there's just kind of a place in here that it just feels like it wants to sit. So you move that in, make sure your landing gear put in all the way, pull out the toes. Gosh, we're halfway done already. Flip up the arms like so. Turn the null rays around. And then we're going to fold the nose and then fold the nose all the way around. We're going to fold the nose so it goes under the landing gear, and then fold this all the way around to reveal his head. And last but not least, we're going to bring this up. These pegs right here are going to go into those slots. I'm going to go like that, fold this down. That'll help cover things up in the back. Flip the wings around, and we are done. Oh, wait. Fold these suckers away. And we're done. And here's Red in his robot mode. And he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good for a tiny Starscream. He's got this really nice metallic paint here. On the red here, and then it's kind of odd. So This is molded in blue plastic. This is molded in this gray plastic. And then this whole thing is painted red. And then all the silver detail is painted silver. You know, here, and there's a little bit of gunmetal that kind of accentuates inside there. And his face is painted silver. And so like this part in here feels really nice. Like looks really, really, really nice. And this part, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's almost like there's a difference in presentation between, you know, his torso and his arms. But he stands just fine. No real problems with it, posability or whatnot. He cleans up fairly nice, you know, especially for a little guy. I know a lot of these little figures don't have the space for the type of engineering that you get on the bigger figures. So it's nice that you see them well done. And there's a few companies that really do these nicely. But in terms of articulation here, his head is on a ball joint, so it will look all around, look up, look down, all the way around. A little bit of tilt there as well. His arms are on a double hinge here, so you can kind of move them up and down. But they will go all the way around, and they will clear the wings. The wings actually are on ball joints, so they will fold back if you really need to put his arm in a pose like this. I mean, you can do it. It's great. His arms will go out pretty much all the way. Elbow articulation is a smidge over 90 degrees. Wrist swivel, that's always appreciated in a figure this small. Waist swivel, always appreciated in a figure this small. He's got good articulation on his hips. His legs go all the way forward, all the way back. Does about 85% of a Van Damme. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got a knee, technically a double joint in the knee, though you got to like really pull this all the way out to get that. And then you start coming into more issues there. But by the way, now you can really see that divot in there where the joint wants to sit. Good articulation on the toes. They're on like a little ball joint in here. I like the detail on here, like this whole like little thruster detail on there. It's really nice. And so he's a fairly posable, nicely designed, like really good little seeker. I don't have any of the DX9 Legend Scale Seekers to compare it against. So I can't really say whether he's better or worse than those ones. But I will say that, you know, just looking at him by himself, he's really nice. And the three of them make a really good set. I actually have all three of them. I forgot to mention that you can attach the stand to them in vehicle mode or in robot mode as well, because this peg in the back, the slot, just pegs into there, into the flight stand, and so you can fly them around in robot mode as well. And these three, they all come with the same basic accessories, which is, you know, the flight stand, the little adapter for flight mode, you know, null rise and whatnot. But this guy comes with extra stuff because, you know, it's Starscream, so of course he's got to have all of his extra things. First thing we're going to look at is he's got this Megatron Blaster here. And it's a nicely detailed Megatron Blaster. You can pull the little scope off. You can pull the silencer off. And you can pull the stock off. And I mean, they don't do anything except you just pull them off. But I mean, that's kind of, if you want to have just like the basic Megatron, you know, I guess this would technically be the basic Megatron. But anyhow, and to put him in his hand, you just kind of slot it in. It's a 5mm peg. Stick this on the bottom. And yeah, I mean, it looks hella oversized, but I don't think it's bad looking at all. Because, you know, Megatron, of course, turns into his own this size robot as well. So I always think that the less mass shifting, the better. So having him be like a oversized gun, I don't think is a bad look for him at all. Then he also comes with a full coronation set, which is kind of a nice little bonus for a figure this size. And to get that geared up, what we're gonna do is take these things. These things are kind of scary because you gotta like really like flex them over here. But you take this hole right here and you stick it over this peg on the shoulder, and then you just kind of like push it over the shoulder and pray that nothing disastrous happens. And I've done it a couple times now and nothing disastrous has happened yet. But like it was after I got this figure, I got this actually as part of a lot with these two other, oh shoot, my tripod's going crazy. I swear, like when you're doing video reviews, you got to have like 5 eyes. You know, you got to have eyes on your toy, eyes on your hand, eyes on your camera to frame it and whatnot. The life is hard. Anyhow, I got these all part of a lot, and it was days before I worked up the courage to actually pull the shoulders off of this guy, because they're just kind of they were kind of terrifying. You know, I kind of wiggled at them a bit, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna like have to bend a whole lot. But I finally did it, and I was like, yeah, because I mean, you can't transform Starscream while he's got the coronation set built on. You have to take it all off. His head, we're just going to just yank it straight off. Yank. Alas, poor Starscream, I knew you well. And then he comes with a new head that's got this like crazy oversized crown built into it. I'm just gonna pop that on there. And then last but not least, he's got his El Capo. And that's gonna plug into the same hole that the stand plugs into. Let's get that out of the way if we can. And there he is in his coronation set. And the coronation set, I mean, it's fine. It's not bad at all. It's cute actually. It's nice that they included it. When I put it on, I feel like I might be doing something a bit weird, because I mean, from the front it looks fine, but from the back, like it really feels like this needs to sit like higher up on his back. I don't know. But I like that it has it includes little spaces for his no rays to pop through the top. And because it goes through the slot, it does limit his like bicep swivel. But you know, you're gonna do like maybe like 2 or 3 poses with this, because it's not, I mean, the coronation set is good for display purposes, but it's not good for play purposes. And it never has been on any figure we've gotten a coronation set with. You can move these sides out. You can move them out here if you want a gap. If you don't want a gap, then they'll go out just that far. And he can, like, you know, go around and pretend that he looks important with his coronation set. Yeah. But anyhow, that's Starscream. Of course, Skywarp and Thundercracker are literally the very same figure, just in different colors. And so they will transform the same. They have all the same sculpt. Neither one of them comes with any kind of a coronation set. But they have all the same posability and display value and whatnot. So they are all sold separately, I want to say. May have to look into that in more detail. I mean, not a whole lot more detail because I've already got them, but you know, pretty certain they're sold separately, and each one comes with a piece of Ghost Starscream, which I have as well, actually. But yeah, they're really nice figures. I definitely recommend picking up a set if you want a set of Legend scale figures. I figure that the cone heads are probably going to be more or less the exact same figures, except slightly remolded head. And so I don't know that I'm going to pick up the Iron Factory Legend size cone heads, because I've never been really big on repaints. That being said, I will probably pick up the DX9 ones at some point. I know that they come in 3-packs, a 3-pack of these original 3, and then a 3-pack of the Coneheads. I'm probably going to pick up the Coneheads one. They have a more of a classic style aesthetic to them, and of course completely different engineering. So that'll be fun. But anyhow, there is the Iron Factory Wings of Tyranny, red, blue, and purple. Thank you everybody for watching. You guys rock. And Starscream doesn't want to stand up now that he's got his swishy cape on. Yeah, nope. Yeah, nope. Nope. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah! Alrighty, everybody. You're awesome. Have a great day and be good to each other. I'll see you later.